Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Welcome back to Morning Buzz. I'm Alex here with Jordan, and we're diving into that fascinating topic we promised yesterday about voices and instant connection. You know how sometimes you hear someone speak for the first time and immediately think, I trust this person, or I need to get away from them right now?
Morning. And yes, this is such a universal experience that most people don't even realize how automatic it is. Within seconds of hearing someone's voice, our brains are making incredibly complex judgments about trustworthiness, competence, even likability. It's happening completely below our conscious awareness.
It's wild when you think about it. Like, I have this one friend whose voice is so soothing that people literally ask her to record their voicemail messages. But then there are certain podcast hosts or phone customer service reps where I'm immediately on edge, and I couldn't even tell you why.
That friend of yours probably has what researchers call vocal charisma, a combination of pitch, pace, and resonance that triggers our mammalian comfort responses. Lower pitched voices generally signal safety and authority, while certain rhythmic patterns actually sync with our parasympathetic nervous system.
Wait, so it's not just subjective preference? There are actual biological reactions happening?
Absolutely. Our brains evolved to extract survival information from voices long before we had language. Things like whether someone is healthy, their emotional state, even their size and physical strength. A voice that's slightly breathy with good resonance often signals relaxation and openness, which makes us feel safe.
That explains why I find certain meditation app voices so instantly calming. But what about the voices that make us uncomfortable? I feel terrible admitting this, but there are some people whose voices just grate on me, even when they're saying perfectly nice things.
Don't feel bad about that. It's completely normal. Voices that trigger discomfort often have what's called vocal fry or excessive uptalk, but it can also be mismatched vocal qualities. Sometimes a very high pitch paired with assertive content creates cognitive dissonance that our brains interpret as untrustworthy.
Interesting. And I've noticed that my reaction to voices can change depending on my mood or stress level. Like, voices that normally don't bother me can become really irritating when I'm already overwhelmed.
That's your stress response system at work. When we're anxious or overstimulated, our brains become hypervigilant to potential threats. Vocal qualities that might normally be neutral suddenly get flagged as pay attention to this, which can feel annoying or even threatening.
This is making me think about teachers and public speakers. There are some who could read a phone book and keep me engaged, while others lose me in the first sentence. Is that the same phenomenon?
Exactly. Engaging speakers often have what's called prosodic variation. They naturally vary their pitch, pace, and volume in ways that keep our auditory attention systems activated. Monotone delivery literally puts our brains into a passive state because there's no variation to process.
And what about accents? I've noticed I have completely different reactions to the same accent depending on the person. Sometimes it sounds sophisticated, sometimes it seems pretentious, even when it's the exact same regional accent.
Accents are fascinating because they carry so much social conditioning. Our brains don't just hear the accent itself, they're pulling up all our associations with that region, social class, media representations, and personal experiences. The same accent can sound trustworthy or suspicious depending on our individual history.
That's kind of sobering when you think about bias and first impressions. We're making all these judgments before someone even finishes a sentence.
It really highlights how much unconscious processing happens in social interactions. The good news is that awareness can help us pause and question those instant reactions. Just knowing that vocal bias exists makes us more likely to give people a fair chance beyond that first vocal impression.
I love that we can actually train ourselves to be more aware of this. Though I have to say, now I'm going to be hyper conscious of my own voice for the rest of the day.
That's the curse of learning about psychology. You start analyzing everything, including yourself. But seriously, understanding vocal communication can actually make us better listeners and more empathetic communicators.
Speaking of communication, tomorrow we're switching gears completely to explore why some people are natural born storytellers who can make grocery shopping sound like an epic adventure, while others struggle to make genuinely exciting experiences sound interesting.
The psychology of narrative charisma. That's going to be a great one. Thanks for trusting our voices enough to spend your Thursday morning with us, everyone. See you tomorrow on Morning Buzz.